Welcome to the Worship Leader Toolbox podcast, where our mission is to equip and encourage worship leaders and teams in practical components of local church leadership. We're so thrilled to have you listening to our podcast, and our prayer is that it's helpful for you and your teams. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to reach out to us at worshipleadertoolbox.com, and we'd also be honored to have you hit subscribe wherever you're listening to us. Heading now to today's episode with Tim Price.
Hey, my name is Tim Price. I'm glad you're here again along for the podcast episode on Worship Leader Toolbox Podcast. This short podcast is entitled 2 Quick Tricks to Save Time During Rehearsals. Rehearsal time really is precious. It's hard enough to get everybody together in the same place at the same time. When you're getting a group of people together, it's not just 60 minutes that you're investing or 90 minutes. And if you're wasting some time with sound or tech issues or some other thing that can be solved otherwise, you're not just wasting 15 minutes, you're wasting 15 minutes times the number of people in your group. So if you have 6 people and you're there for an hour, you are investing 6 hours in rehearsal. Anytime you're wasting is multiplied by the number of people. So you want to make sure that you are investing that time, that precious time, to rehearse and get things going and to make it good for people in worship on the following weekend to encounter Jesus, that the barriers would be limited as much as possible and that the engagement would be as strong as possible as we lead the church. So here are 2 real small tricks for maximizing your time together in a rehearsal. Number 1, talk through the song. Taking 60 or 90 seconds to talk through the song flow will provide great benefit. It will help people follow you when you're going through it. It will allow you to share the maybe unique thing or the interesting little quirk in the song. Maybe make sure that we know who's doing the solo or the specific lick or lead, and will really help get everyone mentally engaged with the right key, the right flow, the right chorus verse structure so that you can all know what is going on. And that's going to bring big dividends to your time during rehearsal. The second trick you can do, and I told you it's pretty short, this is 2 of 2. Start with the end. Another way to save time in rehearsal is to go ahead and play through the end of the song. Nothing derails a rehearsal quicker than playing through an entire song and for the ending to go badly, and then for everybody to kind of fade away and just kind of feel bad about that song. Go ahead and determine how you're going to end it, how you want to end it, how it's going to sound, who will be playing, and then run through the ending part. Then go back and do the whole song. And that's really going to help make a difference. Intros, often, if you think about it, you will start a song and then you'll stop everybody and say, okay, hang on a second. We're going to come in with the full band, then drop out, or we're going to start with electric and then bring in the bass and drums. And then you start again. It's a very quick start and a quick restart. You're not wasting much time. But if you get to the very end and everything derails, then you got to say, ooh, where are we going to start? Well, most often we go back to the top. Then you're putting in extra time needlessly. So add these 2 things to your flow, and your rehearsal habits are going to save some time in the long run. Of course, there's other things you could do to save time, which is have everything prepped and ready and there and available for the setup to be good, for the tech to be good, for the chord charts to be correct. All the things that need to happen, that the songs have been sent in advance, people have had time to rehearse. Many things we've talked about on this podcast before. But these are just 2 quick tricks to help increase your efficiency. Well, I hope this has been helpful. A few years back, I recorded the 5 ground rules for rehearsals. And if you go to our blog post for this blog, you can take a look at that link there, and you can find that at worshipleadertoolbox.com. Until next time, I want to thank you for your ministry, for being a part of serving in the church, for leading the worship ministry in your church, and for helping people to encounter and lift up the name of Jesus. And blessings on you, and I'll talk with you next time. Thanks.
Thanks again for joining us. If you have any questions, you can find out more about our ministry by going to worshipleadertoolbox.com. You can also take a quick moment to request access to the Facebook community Worship Leader Toolbox. We'd love to connect there and have you connect with others. As a reminder, we try and share a new podcast episode 2 times a month, most often on Thursday, and we look forward to joining with you next.